is the week that we are in right now, okay? And if you go down, you can see that this is SPSS 3, scatterplot and correlation. Okay, that's the topic that we've been talking about last time and today as well. So let's click on this assignment. All right, I'm gonna have someone read the instructions out loud for me. Let me see. How about Ricardo, can you read this part out loud for me? From the beginning, right here. Can you read it out loud for me?
The goal of the assignment is to help you practice the course school in this field, in this professional life beyond school.
All right.
Keep going.
Yeah. Can you read the whole thing for me?
Keep going. All right. Create a scatter plot. Then describe the correlation between any two variables in terms of direction and strength. Then create a correlation table. Then describe the correlation between any two variables based on the Pearson product moment correlation coefficient, Pearson R. Check the statistical significance of a correlation.
All right, thank you. Ricardo, did you check my email? Did you see my email?
No, I'll check it right now.
You don't have to do it right now. You can do it after class, but can you reply to it for me? But if not, then yeah, you want to see me after class. Is that okay? But you can reply to the email after class, okay?
I will.
Because I really need the answer. All right, thank you. Okay, so let's do this assignment together and make sure that you do it a few times so that you can get used to it, okay? All right, so here are the tasks. So now you have to use data set 2. They already put it here for you. So you just have to click on it to load the data set. And then click on it one more time. And there's another box down here. You need to click on OK. Maybe just wait for it a little bit. Come. Oh, there. Just give it a few seconds so that you can click on the OK button. Okay. And there are the data sets. All right, let's go back to the instructions. Do I have it open? Yeah, I still have another window right here. So step 3, you want to click on the instructions here, SPSS 3, page 91. You want to click on that to see the steps that you need to follow. All right, I'm gonna make it smaller so that I can see both windows. So in this assignment, you need to do how many parts? You need to do 4.4 and 5.1, okay? So 4.4, here are all the steps. I'm gonna have someone read it out loud for me. You let me open the data set as well. Data set 2, right? Data set 2, okay, I'm gonna call someone. How about Samantha? Can you read this part right here for me out loud? The first paragraph.
Use practice data set 2 in the course resources module on Canvas. Construct a scatter plot.
Keep reading.
To examine the relationship between salary and education.
All right, thank you. So in this assignment, you guys need to construct a scatter plot. So remember last time you saw some scatter plots, right? They include just the dots, right? You don't need to connect them together. So, and each dot represents an ordered pair of the X and the Y values. So in this case, you can just assume that salary is the X, right? And education is the Y, or whatever that they ask you to do. Okay, we will see it soon in here. Oh, here you can see that salary is the Y variable and education level is the X variable. Okay. All right, so you need to construct a scatter plot for it. So let's follow the steps here. So first, you want to go to SPSS and click on graphs, and then legacy dialogues. All right, so graphs, click on graphs at the top here. And then legacy dialogues. And after that, dialogues, scatter dot. The next one is scatter dot. So you want to go to scatter dot at the bottom here. This one right here, everyone. Okay, click on it. And then select symbol scatter. So symbol scatter is the first one here. Click on it. And then click on define. And after that, select salary for y-axis. So the salary values will be along the y-axis. Okay. So salary, click on salary. It's for y-axis. So you need to click on the arrow here so that we move salary into the y-axis box. And then after that, you want to select educational level for x-axis. So education level is right here. Click on it, and you want it to be in the x-axis. So you want to click on the arrow here to move education level into under x-axis. Okay. And after that, you just click on OK, right? OK. Oh, we still have the graph from the previous one. This is the graph from the previous example. Okay, here is a graph, everyone. Yeah, I should have closed the other one. So here is the scatter plot. Okay, you can see that education level is along the x-axis, and salary is along the vertical axis or the y-axis. All right, so that is the graph. Okay, any questions about this? Did you guys follow it? Good, everyone? Or any questions? All right, if no questions, let's check to see what you guys have to do in this assignment. So after you construct the scatter plot, you need to describe the scatter plot from the output in terms of the strength and direction of the relationship between salary and education level. All right, so you have to describe the strength and direction. All right, so if you look at the graph here, I want you guys to type in the chat for me. Let's look at the graph. What is the direction of the graph? Everyone, type in the chat for me. Is it negative or positive? And is it strong or not, or weak? Send it to me, directly to me. All right, yeah, how about other people? All right, I'm seeing some answers right now. Good, yeah, you can see that because the line goes up, right? Therefore, the direction is positive. Good. And the relationship is kind of strong, right? Not like extremely strong, but it's kind of strong. Okay, good. So that's how you describe the graph. Okay. Let's look at another question. And yeah, let's try the next one. Prediction and association. Right, I'm gonna have someone read this part out loud for me. 5.1, okay. About Uriel, can you read this part out loud for me?
Which part?
The first part right here. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah, it says use practice data set 2 in the course resources module on Canvas. Determine and describe the value of the Pearson correlation coefficient of the relationship between salary and years of education.
All right, thank you. So in this problem, we're gonna use SPSS to find the R, which is the correlation coefficient, to determine whether the relationship between the X and the Y is strong or not. Okay. Sometimes when we look at the graph, we can say that it is strong, but then we don't know how strong it is, or if it is strong or not, if the relationship is strong enough. So we have to look at the correlation also, the coefficient also, to determine whether the relationship between the X and the Y variables is strong or not. Okay, so we're going to use the same data set for this assignment. Let's go back to the data set. Here is the data set 2. Yeah, so if you look at the top here, you can see that this is the data set 2. Okay. All right, so if you follow the steps here, make it a bit bigger so that you can see it better. All right, so first you go to analyze and correlate. Okay, so analyze is up here. Click on analyze and then correlate. So correlate is where? Can you see it anywhere? So you have to look for it. Sometimes it's hard to see, right? Oh, it's right here. So it's down here. Okay, it's down here. And after that, you want to click on bivariate. Bivariate is the first one here. Click on it. So it'll give you this box, okay? And you're gonna select salary and education level and then click OK. So first you select salary. When you select it, make sure that you click the arrow so that it can get into the box, okay? And after that, you need to select education level. Click on it and then click on the arrow for it to be in the box, okay? And then now you want to click on OK, right? All right, and there, here, down here is the result, everyone. You can see that here is the result, okay? And here is the Pearson correlation coefficient, this one, the R. Remember last time you saw the video, you watched the video, and the teacher did the formula to find the R, which is the Pearson correlation coefficient, which is the 0.714, right? Is it strong or not, everyone? If you just looked at the graph and now you look at the R, 0.7, is it strong in or not? Type in the chat for me. This is the relationship between income and education level. Is it strong enough? When you compare it with the graph earlier, with the scatter plot here, you think that they they support each other, that this relationship is strong? Yes, right? Yeah, 0.7 is close to 1. So 1 is like strong, very strong. And 0.7 is close to 1. So that means that the relationship between salary level and education level is strong, okay? Because the 0.7 is close to 1. So if the R is close to 1, then that means that the relationship between the X and the Y variables is strong, okay? But if it's getting further away from the 1, like if it is getting closer to 0, then that means that the relationship is not strong, okay? All right, any questions about this? All right, if not, next we're gonna work on the exam 2 sample.